It's WG being the SMB, and I've seen a lot of requests in regards to a tutorial on how to beat 1-5, so let's do that right here. The foes to analyze are just these black blood tentacles that to a degree all do the same thing, where these small tentacles deal extra damage if they don't get hit after 12 seconds, and the same is true here. And the big one actually does a huge AoE if no damage taken is within 5 seconds after spawning. So there's two solutions to this. Solution number one, you either send in a suicidal assassin like a Nicole, like a Geraint or something directly onto the boss, because within 5 seconds you're not going to have the time to recover any blood, so you just send an assassin in to make sure that he does do the big hit. Or what you could do instead is bring someone like an Yggdrasil, someone like an Aeona, and just pull our formation back, right? We start at the very back, and then we just move everybody even further away from these tentacles to limit the range and the actual damage we're taking from those. And then also what we've brought here, keep in mind, no gear matters, right? Like, it doesn't matter if you gear these units, you see they all have around 5000 BP. So what we also brought is units with effective range. So effective range units, or in general marksmen, tend to have a larger range. So someone like a Van Helsing, someone like a Noah, someone like a Selena, a Triss. Because you're going to need the range the further you're away from the tentacles, either they'll be to deal with. And we also have Dalcarlo in here. So let's make sure in our starting hand we have our Aeona. Let them deal with the puppets. And then move ourselves as far away as we can. Just to kind of make sure that we don't get completely wiped out. You can see it's a huge amount of damage we're taking here. But it becomes manageable if you can build a certain amount of distance. So once more we pull ourselves back. We can now also get the healing off from our Stereoid. You can see Stereoid, she's kind of suicidal. There's not much you can do about that. But then with your ranged DPS they should be mostly untouched, especially with the puppets starting to take the aggro. And then you should be able to deal with this stage right here. So yeah, you kind of want to force a scenario in which your ranged units are ranged, right? And also don't forget to obviously heal you could say 2 frontline units, because you don't really want to lose them. And then here's our last step. We're most likely just going to be activating Van Helsing's ultimate to start dealing some damage here, because this should be the finishing lap, you could say, because they cannot or aren't even targeting our units anymore as of this moment. So there we go, and this is how you deal with the stage. So either send in an assassin to like stop it early, or make sure you build some distance between you and the enemy. If you lose someone, that's still fine, as you've seen, but you could also be bringing in a third DPS. Just make sure you try to keep your people alive, and don't face these tentacles at face value. There really isn't much more to say about those, like for example smashes towards the target dealing damage. It's just all about this. If no damage taken is 5 seconds after spawning, deals huge damage, which can kind of crush you. And then obviously it's just like the damage on top of damage on top of damage. So keep Bella in mind, because Bella can distract the tentacles. And you might have to play it once or twice, but you should be able to walk out successfully in the end.